questions, court action, and what it all means for Boxing Day. Tonight on Our News.
Tonight we hear more from the legal team of the world-famous Valley Boys as they break down last week's court ruling and what it means for the Junkanoo Group. Stay tuned to Our News tonight for more details.
But first, 4 more candidates ratified as the F&M builds its election slate. We'll tell you the names as the list continues to grow. And Christmas in Pompeii continues tonight with more to see and more to do. We'll also tell you how a new festival fits in. Then in Our News at 7:30.
The Roll Sisters are back once again for their annual Christmas tree competition. And this year's theme is an African Christmas.
Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kindino Knowles. The Free National Movement has ratified 4 additional candidates, bringing the party's total to 28 ratified so far. This as it continues preparations ahead of the next general election. Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands will contest the Bamboo Town constituency, while former Senator Heather Hunt has been ratified for Elizabeth.
I'm going to be a part of that backbone in Bamboo Town. And as we connect this team, we look forward to having a formidable team of people, whether we look to the south, whether we look to the east, to the west, to the north. And so it's all about strategy.
Deep down, I know I have to listen and I have to hear the concerns of the residents. Of course, I've opened my heart and I've opened my mind and ears to hear exactly what it is that the residents actually want for themselves.
On Monday, prospective candidates appeared before the party's candidate selection committee at its headquarters on Mackey Street, where they presented their applications. Supporters were also gathered outside during the process. F&M leader Michael Pintard has said the party is satisfied with the pace of its candidate selection and confident in the slate chosen so far. Meanwhile, Frazette Gibson will run for Central Grand Bahama and newcomer Denari Roll in Pinewood.
I believe in a Central Grand Bahama where opportunity is real, where leadership listens, and where progress reaches every single person in Central Grand Bahama. Together, we will build a community rooted in fairness, dignity, and opportunity for each and every person.
So I have a Pinewood action plan through action, change, and empowerment. It's a community-based focused approach dealing with young people straight to the elderly. So we have youth development, we have elderly care, we have entrepreneurship support, we have a crime prevention initiative, and then we have community revitalization.
Police in Eleuthera investigating the cause of a fire that destroyed a home in Current yesterday. Officers say they were called to the scene just after 12:30, where volunteers were already trying to put out the flames but were unsuccessful. A vehicle parked near the home was also destroyed. No injuries were reported. An engineer on a luxury yacht accused of killing a fellow crew member has pleaded not guilty during his first appearance before the Supreme Court. 39-year-old Brigido Lara Munoz is charged with the murder of 20-year-old Paige Bell. Prosecutors allege Bell's throat was slit in the engine room while the vessel was moored at Harbor Island on July 3rd, and that Munoz then attempted to take his own life. Bell, a South African national, worked as a stewardess on the yacht. Munoz denied the charge before Justice Gilomena Archer Mins and is scheduled to return to court on January 21st for a trial date. Well, setting the record straight. Just 10 days before Boxing Day parade, the world-famous Valley Boys are responding to ongoing questions and confusion surrounding their legal status and name. Tonight, Joshua Williams breaks down why the group filed an emergency application to the Supreme Court last week and what an interim ruling already on the books actually says.
The world-famous Valley Boys saga continues, with the group now moving to clarify what they say has been misrepresented. Last week, the group led by Brian Adderley welcomed an interim Supreme Court order they say was necessary to protect their legal identity and operations. The ruling directed the Registrar General to restore the group's nonprofit status, the Department of Inland Revenue to reinstate its business license and tax identification number, and that the group be referred to as the world-famous Valley Boys established in 1958 in all public public and private correspondence. Justice Leif Farquharson also directed the National Junkanoo Committee chairman to describe and refer to the group as the world-famous Valley Boys Junkanoo Group in all communications. So, why the emergency application? Attorney for the group, Christina Galanos, says the move to court came only after attempts to resolve the matter failed.
We felt as if we had no other choice but to move forward and seek orders from the court in order to preserve and protect our clients' rights to their name, particularly in light of the recent Court of Appeal ruling that indicated that our clients have excellent prospects of success on the appeal.
Meanwhile, the National Junkanoo Committee has maintained the group was permitted to participate on a strictly conditional basis, and that there was a clear understanding it would be recognized as world-famous 1958. But Galanos disputes that claim.
It is my practice never to go to court without trying to resolve it otherwise. Litigation is expensive, it's time-consuming. You don't want to be troubling the courts. If you can sit down with the other side and say, hey, you know, how are we going to resolve this? What do we do about that? And that's exactly what we tried to do.
This question also raised, why give final approval if all legal documents weren't submitted?
Why did you give them the $40,000? So what? The cardboard and the feathers and the decorations and everything would have just, without the final approval, the plan was that they would just stay in the shack and catch mole, and that would be $40,000 of the taxpayers' money down the drain.
With Junkanoo just 10 days away, the interim order remains in place as questions around identity, authority, and public accountability continue. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. We've got much more to get to tonight, including the return of our Christmas in Pompeii series. Tonight, our Jasmine Brown takes us inside John Watling's distillery, where Bahamian craftsmanship and history come together, and why it's also a popular gift this season. But before we get to that, it's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendine, and I hope it's not too cool down there.
I mean, listen, 69 is good.
Feels like it's here. It's going to get a little cooler than that as well. We still have that breeze out there, and the clouds are clearing out, but we'll still call it partly cloudy. Northeast winds at 18 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 69. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands, we are settling into the upper 60s across Freeport and Marshall by Abaco. 74s, Alistown, Bimini, then we pick up 71s, Nicholstown and Ross, Great Harbor, Keithbury Islands, Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, Central Bahamas, temperatures a little cool down there as well, 71 in Kemps Bay, Black Point, Exuma, 72, 71 Arthurstown, Cat Islands, 73s in Copenhagen, San Salvador, and Port Nelson, that's in the Rum Key area, Georgetown, Exuma, and Deadman's Key, all 74s there, 77 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, 75, Delectable Bay, 76 with some showers nearby, 73 in Abrahams Bay. We pick up 78 in Matthewtown, Inagua, neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands. You are 76 right now with some showers and some thunderstorms nearby. Sideline radar composite, that frontal boundary down near the southeast Bahamas. We have a couple of things in place, some upper level support with the front. The front is basically stationary. We do have still quite a bit of moisture. That's going to continue to keep the cloudy conditions across the central and southeast Bahamas with some showers, but northwest Bahamas will be clearing out, looking pretty nice for tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, there's always so much to talk about around the Don't Blink Home Run Derby in Paradise. People are already looking forward to year 9.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748. 2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear a seatbelt.
Welcome to Our Sports is 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. Don't think of the Don't Blink Home Run Derby as just a sports event. It's more of a celebration, really. Think of it as the business of sports powered by young Bahamians on full display. The 2025 edition built on the reputation as one of the Caribbean's premier baseball showcase events. Beyond the power display, Year 8 highlighted the strategic partnership with the Players Alliance aimed at expanding access, education, and opportunity for local young talent. This collaboration continues to provide resources, visibility, and networking for aspiring players while strengthening the Bahamas' role in the global baseball pipeline.
Rima Collins and Danica Lightbourne are making it look fun in South Florida, and the FIU Panthers are winning. Collins had 16 points and a career-high 16 rebounds. Lightbourne had 16 points on 7 for 9 shooting in just 20 minutes, and the Panthers won the 4th straight game over the FIU Owls 83-60. On the season, Collins has emerged as one of the Conference USA's top players, averaging just over 20 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game, with 5 double-doubles already this year. Lightbourne is averaging around 11 points and 4 rebounds per game.
Fresh off his appearance with the senior men's national team, Isaiah Mobley has signed with a new club in Israel. Mobley made it official with Israeli Premier League club Hapoel Jerusalem, agreeing to a deal through the end of the season with an option for a second year. The 26-year-old forward makes the move after starting the season in Turkey and will now compete in the Euro Cup. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as a deadly U.S. military operation at sea. What officials are confirming tonight, straight ahead. Plus, a shocking case out of Hollywood, a son now charged in the death of his parents. The story when our news returns.
Stay tuned.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember."
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The U.S. Southern Command confirming lethal military action in international waters after kinetic strikes were carried out on 3 vessels in Eastern Pacific. Intelligence confirmed 8 men were killed in the operation. U.S. officials say the vessels were operating along known narco-trafficking routes and were engaged in drug smuggling activities. In a statement posted on X, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said Joint Task Force Southern Spear conducted the strikes against designated terrorist organizations. Los Angeles police confirm the son of actor and filmmaker Rob Reiner has been arrested and charged in connection with the deaths of his parents. Police say 78-year-old Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead in their Brentwood home Sunday afternoon, where investigators determined they were victims of homicide. Their son, 32-year-old Nick Reiner, was arrested later that night and is being held without bail. Authorities have not released a motive as the investigation continues. A Powerball jackpot, now at $1.25 billion, could make someone a very Merry Christmas now just 9 days away. No one matched all 6 numbers in Monday night's drawing, sending the jackpot rolling into Wednesday night. The numbers drawn, 23, 35, 59, 63, and 68, with a Powerball of 2. This is the second largest Powerball jackpot of 2025 and only the second time in history the game has seen back-to-back billion-dollar prizes. Still to come in our news, Today in History. Find out interesting facts about the day that was December 16th. Then in our news at 7:30.
Coming up on our news tonight, the Rose Sisters are back once again for their annual Christmas tree competition. And this year's theme is an African Christmas.
But first, as holiday shopping heats up, so do the scams. What police want you to know when our news returns.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest-running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together. Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1898, Roland Theodore Simonet was born in Current, Eleuthera. He served as chief minister and became the Bahamas' first premier. His 52 years in Parliament remains a national record, and his image appears on the $50 banknote. 1933 saw the first telephone service between the Bahamas and the U.S. Then 1976, Bahamas Red Cross Society was formally recognized by the International Committee. And in 2004, Bahamian music icon Smokey 007 Leroy Cleveland Mackenzie died at age 59. All right, Bay Street comes alive for the holidays as visitor arrivals are climbing. Tourism officials say they're shifting focus to experiences, launching a downtown Christmas festival aimed at giving visitors something more to do and a reason to stay longer. Delvado Emmanuel tells us more.
As cruise ships dock and hotels fill for the holidays, downtown Nassau is being positioned as more than just a pass-through. It's becoming a destination. The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation is preparing to host the two-day Authentically Bahamian Christmas Festival in Pompey Square, an experience designed to give visitors something more meaningful to do beyond the beach and the shopping strip. Leading that charge is Nikki Simmons, Director of Cultural and Authentic Events at the Ministry of Tourism. She says the festival is built with visitors' experience in mind.
It's going to be Bahamian music, Bahamian food, crafts, skits. We're going to have Miss Daisy here performing, also puzzle and other entertainers. What you're going to learn more about is the culture and what makes us special as a people.
From handcrafted ornaments to traditional dance and storytelling, organizers say this year's festival invites guests to step inside the Bahamian Christmas. Instead of returning straight to the ship or the hotel, visitors are encouraged to linger downtown and take part in the sights, sounds, and flavor of a Bahamian Christmas.
It's very important to revitalization. People like travel to learn more about culture, about history. This right here shows what our tradition is all about. For locals, you start to get into the whole Christmas feel, become part of what you know, what you grew up listening to, being a part of.
This year, the ministry is also partnering with the National Junkanoo Committee to expand the cultural experience and officially kicking off the Junkanoo season downtown. That's where Anthony Bostwick, Deputy Chairman of the Tourism Development Corporation and the Chairman of the 2025 Junkanoo Festival Subcommittee, comes in.
There's no tourism without Junkanoo. That goes hand in hand because the ingredient to our tourism is the cultural authenticity of who we are as a people. Our beliefs, our attitudes, our values, and our skills always tie into Junkanoo.
Bostwick says the evening will feel different, alive, electric, and unmistakably Bahamian.
We're bringing the annual Junkanoo Festival back. In the evening time, you'll have Pompey Square and also on the eastern end, which we want to create into an Art Deco district.
Now, as you can see, the square has already been decked out with all the Christmas trinkets, and only thing that's missing is you. So, of course, don't beat me here. Meet me here beginning December 18th and 19th, starting from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks for that, Delvado. And that brings us to Christmas in Pompeii, a week of live broadcasts and special stories, all from the square from now through the 19th. We'll showcase the music, the food, the culture, and the people who make Christmas in the Bahamas feel like home. And on Thursday and Friday night, as you heard from Delvado Emmanuel, we'll be live for Feel the Rhythm of the Holidays with Bahamian music, Junkanoo, and all the energy of the season. So remember, there's a lot coming your way this week. Our second installment from the Square comes up at 7:30, but first, our Jasmine Brown. She joins us now with a preview. Jasmine?
That's right, Candino. I am here in Pompey Square, and it's quite cold, I must say. I'm happy that I have my jacket on. It's very windy, and there's a lot of activity. But what I really want to tell you about is my story with John Watling's Distillery, and I am here with Pepin Argamasilla, who is the managing partner at John Watling's. And we met last week when I did a tour of the facility, and I got to taste some of my favorite rums. I was a fan before I went there. But Pepin, tell me what's so unique about John Watling's rum.
Well, what's unique about John Watling's rum is that it's Bahamian made. We have some of the oldest Bahamian rums in existence, as old as 13 years old now. They're extremely smooth and, perfect for sipping or mixing.
And speaking of mixing, I let you know that one of my favorite is the amber.
Oh, yeah.
And I love a good Coke and rum, and that's one of my favorites. And you were telling me that's one of your most popular?
Well, we have our most popular cocktail is definitely the John Watling's Pina Colada. We call it the almost famous Pina Colada. Tourists just get off the cruise ship and come up and have their Pina Coladas, and just, they do that as well as do the rum flights where they taste our 5 different types of rum.
Okay, and obviously you have the distillery. It's sold at your store at the historic Buena Vista Estate.
Yes.
But there are other places people can get their bottle as well.
Yeah, you can find John Watling's in more or less every liquor store here on New Providence. 700 Wines and Spirits, Bristol. We also have Liquid Courage, Island Wine and Spirits. So if you go to your local liquor store, they more than enough, they should have John Watling's rum.
And while I have you here, another big part of the estate is other things you have to offer. I learned that there is a school as well, mixology classes. There's Val Monkey Foot. There's now Louis and Steen's, as well as the bar, my favorite part, inside Buena Vista Estate. What else do you guys have to offer?
Well, in addition to the Rum Academy, where we have a rum tasting experience, we also have a mixology experience where you can go in and you can learn how to make our different cocktails. You have Val Monkey Foot, which again is an eatery. You can get your conch fritters, you can get tacos. Their monkey burgers, great. We have Louis and Steen's for coffee, for pastries, Jamaican meat patties. It's a great place to just go hang out under centuries-old black olive trees and watch tourists.
And obviously, we know that John Watling's is the gift that you can give this Christmas season, and you have a gift for us today, a giveaway for our viewers. Tell us what you have for our viewers.
Well, what I have for your viewers is we're giving away one of our mixology classes for a group of 4. And then in addition to that, each attendant, they each get a bottle of John Watling's Paradise Rum, which is a combination of 4- and 6-year-old rums that we age, we finish, we marry it in sherry casks for around 6 months.
And I can tell you that would be an awesome prize, knowing that what you guys have to offer. So obviously that will be for our viewers, and they can answer a trivia question. Now, to get that answer, you do want to tune in to my report at 7:30. So be sure to tune in to watch, and obviously watch closely because the clue will be in that story. Back to you in studio, Ken and Jerome.
All right, thanks so much for that, Jasmine. Make sure to bring me back a bottle of that Paradise Rum.
I just want to know about the Rum Academy. How did you get there to find that? Jasmine, I have to reassess these assignments you get to go on. It's way too much fun. But good job, looking forward to that story at 7:30 and all the great stuff they have there at John Watling's. And before we go, and take this quick break, don't forget to stay locked in to our news all month long for your shot at a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's our ultimate giveaway with Alive and Auto Mall. Just visit ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. And with that, here's a look at your latest headlines.
Ahead tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, labor problems grow on 2 fronts. First, a potential crisis in healthcare as physicians providing care to those on national health insurance say they aren't getting paid from the government, putting the 150,000 Bahamians who use the service at risk. Also hear what the Ministry of Health says in response. Then, the Bridge Authority workers taking their disputes to the streets with a protest at the foot of the Paradise Island Bridge. We'll tell you why tonight. Then, no verdict in the trial of a man accused of killing his cellmate. Find out what happened in court and what's next. And later, Christmas in Pompeii is serving up something real special tonight. Our Jasmine Brown is making merry with the help of some friends at John Watling's. Proof that some girls just have all the luck. Get ready. Our news live at 7:30 starts in a moment.
Dino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our News Live at 7:30. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Talia Hall tonight. Our lead this half hour focuses on a potential crisis brewing in healthcare. A group of physicians sounding the alarm today over the state of the National Health Insurance Program. Those doctors providing national health care to thousands of Bahamians say they are struggling to keep that subsidized care going due to delayed government payments and rising costs. These doctors are a part of the National Provider Association who care for 150,000 Bahamians enrolled in that scheme. With delayed payments, rising operational costs, and now they say unforeseen policy changes, they're finding it harder and harder to keep their doors open for the thousands who rely on their care every day. The association's president laid it out at a news conference this morning, saying, in short, they're fed up.
Some people just simply can't, keep up with all of this. So they've dissociated themselves from the program. A lot of people are hanging on. Providers have approached me that they are using their personal savings to keep their doors open. So this is becoming extremely problematic. Now, physicians, we tend to be very diplomatic, and we have an ethical approach to this because we don't ever want to step away from helping and doing what we think is right, and being there to provide health care for our patients is essential. And most people have built their lives on this.
Now, the association also applying for union status that's been in limbo for months. So now they're seeking the help of Trade Union Congress and its president, Obie Ferguson.
So you have 15 of them sign a form, sign what the regulation is going to be. Their board approve it. You send it to the Ministry of Labor and to the Registrar of Trade Union, and you say, we wish to be a part of this new body. Here's the application form. Here are the participants. These are the profession. It's almost an automatic thing. But why? Why?
Now, in response to the complaints of that group of physicians, a statement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness says they understand the concerns and acknowledge the ongoing delay in payments. The statement sets out that one payment was made last week, another is scheduled for next week. Now, that statement does acknowledge November statements, or payments that is, are still delayed as they are working to bring them up to date. On this issue of increased fees, the ministry refers to a meeting in July to discuss what it says are realities and policy considerations ahead of the January effective date of the increases. They go on to say they remain committed to transparency and collaboration. Now, to read that entire statement, you can head on over to rnews.bs or go on over to the R News Bahamas Facebook page. Meanwhile, some frustrated Bridge Authority workers taking their grievances public in a protest this week, demonstrating near the Paradise Island Bridge over year-old expired contract negotiations. The nearly 44 workers are represented by the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union. Union President Cherry Benjamin claims talks with management aren't going anywhere. Benjamin says a key sticking point is a clause in the industrial agreement where employees' increments, she says management wants to remove those, even though it's included in the original agreement. The union has filed a trade dispute with the Department of Labor, insisting that the Bridge Authority honor the agreement as written.
When you have persons who are sitting in these positions, who don't have a clue as to what they're doing, then you have things like this. You can't come to me a year later and tell me you made a mistake. No.
They know they do.
We don't accept that. We don't accept that. We want the people paid according to what is in the industrial agreement, and we want them paid now. And we want our industrial agreement completed.
Well, a Nassau man is behind bars after he allegedly kidnapped his ex-girlfriend. Prosecutors say 43-year-old D'Angelo Johnson unlawfully imprisoned Charlene DeVoe on December 8th. Johnson did not have to enter a plea to the charge when he stood before Assistant Chief Magistrate Cara Turnquest DeVoe. Johnson's bail was denied. He returns to court on March 16th for a voluntary bill of indictment, or papers with a voluntary bill of indictment. Those documents will fast-track his matter directly to the Supreme Court. Well, as holiday spending surges, so does financial fraud. And police say scammers are more active than ever, with too many Bahamians falling for new digital traps. Our news anchor Kendino Knowles shares what you need to know.
With money moving faster this holiday season, police say fraudsters are moving even faster. ASP Donald Roll from the Financial Crimes Branch says the biggest new threat is smishing, text messages that look like they're from your bank.
From all indications and from speaking with the financial institutions, they would never engage persons through text messaging or phone call to obtain personal information. So if you become a victim of this, it's best that you try to get a credible number so that you could speak with persons directly in the bank so that that information could be exchanged, or go to the bank personally and speak with an individual.
ASP Roll says the scammers create fake websites, tricking you into entering passwords and personal details. Others call you directly, pretending to be bank officials. And this year, Roll says there's a new layer. Fraudsters are using innocent people's bank accounts to move stolen money, turning victims into suspects.
In most instances, they would transfer monies from the victim's account to other individuals' account. And different reasons are given to that individual as to why they need to use the account, but that is actually stolen funds from the original victim. So we have a number of persons who have found themselves on the other side of the law by receiving funds on behalf of other individuals.
Roll says it doesn't matter if you only helped for just $50, you could still face money laundering and receiving charges. Police also warning about counterfeit cash. Inspector Gerard Culmer says businesses should upgrade their detection tools.
I do want to encourage and exaggerate the importance of having the counterfeit machines as far as even the pens. There are pens now which you would actually write on it, and a particular color will come back if it's fake or if it's real.
And with 6 new financial crime PSAs coming out soon, Chief Superintendent Sharia King says the goal is simple: keep the public ahead of the fraudsters.
This is something that we will continuously make the public aware of, remind the public, so that these scammers, these fraudsters, will not continue to wreak havoc within our communities.
Police say if any message or call asks for your bank information, assume it's a scam. Reporting for our news, I'm Candido Knowles.
Thanks a lot, Kenny, and a lot of good information there for folks to hold on to. Well, it's time now for our first look at temperatures on the outside. Our meteorologist, Greg Thompson, is standing by, hopefully with more good news about the cold weather that is with us for now. Greg?
Cold for a little while, but it's going to start warming up before another front gets in here by the weekend. We'll tell you more about that later, but it's comfortable on the outside right now, 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and it is on the breezy side. East-northeast winds at 18 miles per hour, feels like temperature is at 69. Stationary front boundary across the southeast Bahamas are being aided by an upper level trough and a lot of moisture across here, keeping some cloudy conditions as well as some showers and some thunderstorms across the central and southeast Bahamas. Much improved across the northwest Bahamas. High pressure will build in. We're looking for really nice weather for the balance of the week, but another front is expected for the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your complete forecast is still to come.
And still to come tonight, our news presents Christmas in Pompeii. And tonight, our Jasmine Brown is getting the party started with the help of the experts at John Watling's. Get your cups and get ready to take notes. And then later, a holiday tradition continues.
Coming up on our news tonight, the Roll Sisters are back once again for their annual Christmas tree competition. And this year's theme is an African Christmas.
That's coming up when our news returns.
And stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It just sounded better ringtone like. I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer Bahama Boy. Yeah, but what about the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama show? But because you think with it. You know, alphabetically it go better this way. Yeah, but if we put our ages. Hey, this Kalika, catch the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy or the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special coming soon.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the Live Fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a Live Fiber.
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death. Possession means arrest and prosecution. I am Corporal 2641 Rory Fox of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Protect your loved ones. Learn more by...
If you've driven downtown recently, you've seen it. The lights, the energy for Christmas in Pompeii. And all week long, our news is live from Pompeii Square, bringing you special stories that showcase the music, the food, the culture, and the people who make Christmas in the Bahamas feel like home. And this Thursday and Friday night, we're going to be live for Feel the Rhythm for the holidays with Bahamian music, Jonquilin music, and all the energy of the season. Last night, there she is. Ricky Barry was in the square, catching up with officials from John Bull and even chatting with Santa there because, of course, no Christmas in the Bahamas is complete without a little holiday magic. No word on whether Santa will get all those items that Ricky listed off last night, but we're going to keep you updated on that. Well, tonight, our Christmas in Pompeii series continues, shining a light on Bahamian brands that blend tradition, craftsmanship, and good holiday cheer. John Watling's Distillery has built its name crafting quality Bahamian rum, mixing history with handmade skill, and during the holidays, it's also becoming a go-to gift. And the go-to gift of all for the season. Our Jasmine Brown got a tour of the centuries-old Buena Vista Estate. She joins us live now from the square. And Jasmine, I understand this tour included a little more than just sightseeing.
Yes, Jerome, it included one of our favorite things, and that is rum. I hope I didn't out both of us just now. So yeah, I had a taste of a 65% alcohol straight out of the barrel, and let me just say it was interesting, and you'll see it in this story.
There's definitely something for everybody. Both the pale and the amber, those are really meant to be mixed into cocktails. The amber can be sipped. The Buena Vista, the Paradise, and especially the Bullion, those are really sipping rums. It's great for people who smoke cigars. And yeah, it's a great product to be able to enjoy, and it's a Bahamian product after all.
That's John Watling's Distillery Managing Partner Pepin Argamasilla describing some of the popular rums crafted by John Watling's Distillery. And what does it take to craft the perfect spirit? I found out firsthand when I visited the distillery that's located on the centuries-old Buena Vista Estate. The process includes sourcing the finest ingredients, distillation, filtration, and blending.
John Watling's Pale and John Watling's Amber, they're a combination of a 2- and a 3-year-old, and basically those are blended after the aging process. The John Watling's Buena Vista, what we do is we blend that together before the aging process, then we place it into barrels, ex-bourbon barrels.
And what's a tour without a little tasting? I had the pleasure of sipping straight from the barrel.
Ooh, okay. I'm a drinker, but this is very strong.
Yeah. Well, it's at 65%, yeah. But you can taste the flavor, etc.
Argamasilla tells me the unique flavor wouldn't be possible without the more than 30 Bahamians who work here. From the award-winning taste to the labor of love design, John Watling's rum has gained fans from across the world, making it the perfect gift this holiday season.
You can purchase John Watling's rum basically in every liquor store in New Providence and throughout the Bahamas.
All right, Jerome, as you just heard there, they have a wide range of products and you can purchase it just about everywhere. And I will say this was one of my very favorite assignments, and that's not only because I got to tour the site. It's actually someplace I like to go to people watch with my husband, and I told Pepin the same. He told me everything they have to offer and how they've expanded since we've last been there. So I would encourage everybody to check out the Buena Vista Estates. That is the home of John Watling's Distillery. You have a bar, you have restaurants, and you also have mixology classes. So I know that's something probably our team can do, Jerome. Hint, hint. What do you think about
that? You got it. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Two things before you go. One, the entire team says you better bring back gifts for them when you come tonight. And secondly, you are the mixologist for the R News Christmas party, just so you know. You got the lessons, you got the tasting, it's all on you.
I mix very strong drinks, so everybody knows that.
All right. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Great reporting there. And if you've been watching our news at 7 p.m., then you know that John Wattlings is giving one lucky Our News viewer a mixology session for 4 at its Learning Rum Academy. And each person will also take home a bottle of John Wattlings Paradise Rum. So to enter right now, don't wait, head on over to the Our News Bahamas social media pages, answer the trivia question that came out of Jasmine's report, and you could be walking away with that experience. And remember, be sure and stay tuned to Our News all week for more giveaways, more chances to win, and of course, more Christmas in Pompey. Good luck, everyone.
Coming up in sports, we bring you more from the greatest show on sand. The dynamic duo at FIU has the Panthers streaking, and another national team member on the move in pro hoops.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together. Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Don't think of the Don't Blink Home Run Derby as just a sports event. It's more of a celebration, really. Think of it as the business of sports powered by young Bahamians on full display. The 2025 edition built on the reputation as one of the Caribbean's premier baseball showcase events. Beyond the power display, Year 8 highlighted the strategic partnership with the Players Alliance aimed at expanding access, education, and opportunity for local young talent. This collaboration continues to provide resources, visibility, and networking for aspiring players while strengthening the Bahamas' role in the global baseball pipeline.
Getting started at Don't Blink Year 8, but we have a lot more to do, a lot more to accomplish, and I hope some female and male baseball and softball players were inspired today.
On the field, well, on the platform, on the beach, the home runs still matter, but not as much as its role as a de facto all-star weekend for everyone involved.
Especially Todd, us having that relationship starting early and stuff, and seeing how much he's done here. I mean, what an event, right? It's incredible. And so to see all the work he's done, for me to just come and be a part of it, I'm just grateful for that, you know.
The win was crazy. I think I just tried not to think about it too much. I still wanted to elevate the ball and just use my power. I trust my power, so it was good.
Rima Collins and Danica Lightbourne are making it look fun in South Florida, and the FIU Panthers are winning. Collins had 16 points and a career-high 16 rebounds. Lightbourne had 16 points on 7 for 9 shooting in just 20 minutes, and the Panthers won the 4th straight game over the FAU Owls 83-60. On the season, Collins has emerged as one of the Conference USA's top players, averaging just over 20 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game, with 5 double-doubles already this year. Lightbourne is averaging around 11 points and 4 rebounds per game. Both players saw limited minutes at their previous stops. Collins played sparingly at Ole Miss and Lightbourne at Dayton. Now they thrive in a much larger role at FIU.
Fresh off his appearance with the senior men's national team, Isaiah Mobley has signed with a new club in Israel. Mobley made it official with Israeli Premier League club Hapoel Jerusalem, agreeing to a deal through the end of the season with an option for a second year. The 26-year-old forward makes the move after starting the season in Turkey and will now compete in the Euro Cup. In the Turkish Super League with Manisa, he averaged 10.7 points, 4.4 boards, and 2 assists per game. At the last window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers with Team Bahamas, Mobley averaged 11.5 points, 6.5 boards, and 2 assists per game. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. They had a content creator bracket at the Derby this year. Surgically repaired, ACL healed. You ready to go next year?
The same thing was said about the media basketball tournament. They don't want the smoke.
Maybe they do. See y'all next year. Back to the studio.
And still ahead on our news tonight, Greg is back with your extended weather forecast. Will this wonderful weather still hold? And later,
coming up on our news tonight, the Rhodes sisters are back once again for their annual Christmas tree competition. And this year's theme is an African Christmas.
That's coming up when our news returns.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together.
Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate.
This is our news. Welcome back. Gale warnings and wind advisories have been dropped for the Bahamas as the high-pressure system continues to build across us. It's weakening some, but we still have some brisk winds out there. There's a stationary front near the southeast Bahamas with some showers and some thunderstorms. With that, most of the activity will be pulling towards the east and away from us, so that high pressure will dominate our weather for the balance of the week. We do expect another front to be getting in here by Saturday time frame, so we could see an uptick in some showers and some thunderstorm activity during that time frame. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that boundary still out there in the open Atlantic, still pulling away from us, some residual showers hanging across our area. But of course, as I mentioned, for the balance of the week, we're looking for some pretty nice weather conditions on the outside. Boating conditions, advisory still in place for the boaters, and we're asking you beachgoers, stay out of the waters. Northeast to east winds 15 to 20 knots. It will be gusting high at times, seas 4 to 6 near shore, but they will be building up to 8 feet offshore in some northeast to easterly swells. Low tide is at 11:20 tonight. Your high tide takes place at 5:49 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, just lovely conditions for the balance of the weekend into the weekend. We expect a front, as I mentioned, by Saturday, Sunday time frame. A couple of showers in the forecast, but temperatures will be back near the 80-degree mark. Nighttime temperatures in the low 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, we are well into the Christmas season, and one local tradition is back on. The Rolls Sisters are back at it again this year with their annual Christmas tree decorating competition, and our Sasha Lightbourne was there for the official tree judging.
We look at the door, the wreath, we look at the lighting, and then we go inside and we look at the tree. We look at what's happening under the tree. But everything revolves around a theme.
That's Moya Strawn. She's been the head judge for the Rolls Sisters Christmas tree for the last several years and explains what goes into the judging process. This year's theme was an African Christmas. Our first stop, the home of Kimberly Roll in Coral Lakes. She chose her sub-theme as Great Queens of Africa.
This year I wanted to personalize it a bit. And so I brought it home and I made it about my family. I have 6 siblings and a mother. And so today, my tree honors my siblings for the queens that they are. And at the apex of my tree stands my mother, the queen of all queens.
The next step took us to Denise Hinsey's Safari Christmas. She told me all about her theme.
I said, well, I'm gonna use some balls, have them airbrushed with the animals, and use the regular poinsettias to create the other animals that are missing off the tree.
The final stop in New Providence was through Ford Close off Carmichael Road to the home of Leah Roll, whose sub-theme was a Pan-African Christmas.
My decorations, again, show the whole concept of one Africa being united for one Christmas. You see the mask in the back here where they will take on a shape of where I have various countries, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, all of them are represented here. I also have patterns of African fabric that are embedded within my tree. And here you see the beads, which are very much so indigenous of African culture where their beads are.
And not to be outdone was Natasha McPhee over in Grand Bahama, who presented a Luxe African Christmas.
This speaks about the tradition of Africa and the luxury, which will talk about the gems, the rich colors such as the purple, the gold, the green, the red, the black, for the strength of the people, and the brown.
The Roll Sisters also explained why they continue this tradition every year.
Christmas was one of my mother's most favorite time of the year. So we've began doing this in memory of her after she passed.
It's family, okay? We love spending time together. We love doing things together.
The winner will be chosen on Christmas Day, so may the best Roll Sister win. Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Thank you so much, Sasha. I feel like I just completely failed at my Christmas tree after looking at that story. What an excellent display. Looking forward to see which sister will be the winner this year. Great piece here. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Our News. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Be sure and stay tuned for another edition of Christmas in Pompeii. Until then, thanks again for watching. You have yourself a great evening. Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content